Melissa. In this video, we are going to go over the differences, not just some differences, 25 differences between the brand new Roland BN2 models and the long-standing, much-loved Roland BN20 and 20A. So we are going to talk about them aside from the differences between the 20 and the 20A version, meaning basically white or metallic. So as you know, the A model has four channels. As you know, the 20 version has 5 channels. But what we are going to talk about is the difference between the Roland BN2 and the Roland BN series. So 25 pretty big differences. Are you guys ready to go? All right. So with the brand new Roland BN2 series, it comes with VersaWorks and Flexi Designer. So Flexi Designer is going to give you the ability to add to your workflow seamlessly, to automatically add cut lines. That's number one. Number two is you are going to be able to send to print and cut directly from Flexi Designer. So you don't even need to go into VersaWorks if you don't want to. Now you do have the option to be able to do that to get even more advanced tools and settings, but you do not even need to go into VersaWorks. So that's number two. I'm not going to count them all down, but believe me, I have a whole list here and there are 25 of them. There are also improved and advanced utility. So the utility now gives you a whole bunch of new options and visibility in your workflow. So it is brand new. It has a status bar for your job in real time. It has the ability to move the base point of where you want to start. So let's say you have a sheet that's printed and you did a design here and then you need to print another image. Instead of it going behind it and wasting all this to the side, you can set the base point to go to the side. Same thing if you're doing nozzle checks. Instead of 1, 2, 3 wasting all this, you can set the base point. That's called the move function. You have an auto sheet cut. Okay, so no more struggling with a razor blade or scissors to cut off your sheet after it prints and cuts. Now there's an auto sheet cut function. This is all in the BN2 utility. You also are going to use what's called DG Connect. So the larger Roland machines, the more commercial level, if you will, are already using this. You are going to be able to use the DG Connect hub that is going to basically be the base of everything that you need to operate and run and make sure that you have everything you need in one spot. Now, you also are going to have to connect by Ethernet. So this is a big difference because the Roland BN20 series connects by USB. The Roland BN2 connects by Ethernet. So just keep that in mind. It does not include an Ethernet cable, so you will need to get that as well. You also have a smaller footprint. So this machine looks bigger, but what hopefully you can see is that it's pressed against the wall, because the entire thing is front loaded. You have full access to be able to load everything, the material, the inks, everything is available from the front. So what that means is you don't need to be able to get behind the machine like you do on the BN20. That means you've got a smaller work area. You're saving space. So with the BN20, not only do you have inks extending out to the side, it's difficult to see here, but you also have to be able to get to the back in order to load the machine. So huge difference there. You have a different type of, I'm looking down because I have my notes here for the 25. You have all your ink storage is inside the machine. Now, one thing to keep in mind with that is because of the way the print head moves, you will not be able to use the longer 440 inks. This is going to be limited to 220s. So on the BN series, you could use those larger ones because it just extended out the side. This one, you cannot do that. You have to use the 220 milliliters because the print head, when it's moving, does move into this area. You have a tool storage area. So you can store your cleaning supplies. You can store extra blades. You can store, whatever you want in there. There's an improved lever on the roller bar here. It uses the same easy locking mechanism as on the TrueViz VG3. There is no stand. So for right now, that's going to be probably something that you are definitely going to want to make sure that you keep in mind. As you can see, the Roland BN20 and BN20A, there's a stand for it. This one does not have a stand. Now, I will link in the description below the stand that I'm using. This isn't even a stand. It's a workbench. It actually has, I don't know if you can see, this one's great though because it has a shelf here, and two 20-inch rolls of material can fit on there. So it's 40 inches wide, which is perfect. Okay, now what you can see here is my material is not loaded. As we talked about, this loads differently. So this material is going to load like this, and it's going to come up here, okay? Okay, huge difference. Now, we haven't even gotten to the absolute biggest difference yet, which is the fact that this is 4 times faster printing and cutting. So I did a comparison, a side by side, so you could see something that took 38 minutes on the BN took 8 minutes on the BN2. Exact same file, exact same settings, but this is 4 times faster. So if you are looking to increase your production, if you are looking to add orders to what your shop can handle, the BN2 is going to be a game changer for you. If you use your BN with a GS because you need to print and then cut so that you can leave this free to keep printing, this is like having both in one. That's how fast it cuts. So part of the reason it cuts faster is because it has a different type of motor. It has a servo, digital servo motor, as instead of the other type of motor. So I can't, the name is escaping me, like Septo or something like that, where the blade goes up and down. You can see how technologically not advanced I am here. However, the point is that this is so user friendly that you don't even need to have all of that technical information to understand how to use this and to be effective in your business. It is really, really user friendly. You also have there's a new dryer. The media clamps are now detachable. There is a new, the movable pinch rollers. So you don't have to guess where the pinch roller goes anymore. Every area where you see these blue boxes, you can move the pinch roller there, and that is going to be a spot basically for the width of the different materials. So if you wanted to put a 20-inch roll, you would have it all the way to the side. If you wanted to put a 12-inch roll of material, you would move it to where the 12-inch spot is. And you can see it goes all the way down to essentially like 5 inches. So it has that multi-sensor adjustment. So what that is going to do is it is automatically going to calibrate your machine for both printing and cutting based on the material, the thickness that you have in there. So I have another video that's going to show you how to basically set up new material. And what it's going to do is go through a series of calibrations automatically, and then it's going to sense, oh, this needs to be adjusted. There's not anything manually that you really need to do. Again, all of that through the utility. We have a 1.8 liter drain tank. Okay, so that is going to be in here. All right, so now, it's a little bit off camera, but in here, you do not need to replace this entire piece when the waste tank fills. You only need to replace the bag that's inside. You can hear it's beeping. It's telling me something is missing. Okay, so just so you know, more eco-friendly because you're not replacing an entire cartridge. You are just replacing the bag that's in there. Another thing that you are going to be able to do, a brand new feature that was unlocked due to some of those other things, including that new type of motor, is the ability to do a perf cut image boundary. So that is going to allow you to very quickly add a perf cut all the way through around each of your images. So if you're doing a whole bunch of the same type of sticker or whatever, you can just, instead of adding the perf cut line, you can now add a perf cut image boundary. And again, that is number 24. It is one of those brand new features that is now unlocked with the BN2. One of the other huge differences, aside from everything that I've already mentioned, number 25 is the price. This is a higher price than the BN20. But what I can tell you is all of those features, Flexi Designer, 4 times faster, smaller footprint size, but not smaller print and cut ability. All of those things combined, along with all of the new technology that is built into this machine to make your workflow faster and easier, is going to in my opinion, make it worth it if you are trying to increase production. Now, the BN20 and BN20A are going to continue to be available. So if you're looking for something that is more entry level as far as jumping into, your shop so that you can make transfers, you can make vinyl decals, this is still going to be available starting at that $52.95 price. This one is going to come in closer to the $6,500 price. So just FYI, at the time of this recording, the price hasn't been exactly set, but I will tell you it's probably going to be about $1,000 more than the original BN20A version. Okay? All right, you guys. So 25 huge differences between the new BN2 and BN20A. I think that this machine is awesome. I obviously love my BN20A, but the biggest thing has always been how slow it prints and cuts, and this really, really solves for that. If you're looking for information on where to buy this, where to get the best bundles, tap the links in the description below. If you are looking for help on this, of course, I have lots of videos, more coming, and I do offer one-on-one help through Silhouette U, so I hope to see you guys there. See ya.